Obviously, a very big win for Arsenal. What do you think is done to the title race now? I mean, you guys are top of the league. Arsenal have got that monkey off their back in terms of beating Manchester City. Liverpool now 2 games without a win. City 3 domestic defeats on the bounce. Feels like the beginnings of what could be a very exciting title race.
Sorry to disappoint you, Terry. I don't believe in title races after 8 games. Look, I don't think it's done anything. I don't think it's done absolutely anything. I think Man City will win this title again. I think every single season this happens, Man City start they start with a couple of dents in the road, and every single season I hear the same things. Oh, they're regretting letting that player go. Oh, they're not the same as last year. Oh, Pep's lost it. Oh, what's Pep doing? I've got no doubt they'll bounce back. They always do. I think that Man City, I said this last season when I came on your show, I'm going to say it this season. Man City have got the best squad. They've got the best manager. They've got the best players. When they start clicking into gear, Man City will win this title. But for me, I don't see anybody as being in a title race, let alone, I mean, definitely not Tottenham. Sorry, any Spurs fans out there. Definitely not Tottenham in a title race on October the 11th. Look, I think it's the 3 that I thought would be up there. I think Man City will win it, and then I think it's going to be a real good fight between Arsenal and Liverpool for second and third. I think that's going to be the battle, them two, and then I think 4th to 6th or 7th is going to be wide open. That's only my opinion. It's only my opinion, but I did say this very same thing last year about Man City, and I got absolute dog's abuse for it. And it turned out to be true. And I'm sticking with it again.
Yeah, look, I understand. Look, I agree with you. The title race isn't in its home straight right now, but this is where you build. So I look at the title race like any kind of long distance race. You have to still build a foundation to be able to win, to be in the title race from. And I think that Spurs and Arsenal, and to a degree, Liverpool have done that. There's no doubt. I feel like the win over City, though, where it is significant, I'd love to get your take on this. From a Spurs point of view, I get where you're coming from. Let's see what happens if there's an injury or two, what the club do in January, how we handle maybe a handful of defeats as an example and bounce back, because it's very fresh, very new with Ange. With Arsenal, they're in a better position at this stage of the season than they were last year in terms of they're more points ahead of City than they were, even though they're only joint top or second place behind you. And they've beaten City. And I think that what's really significant is that most people said, and a lot of Arsenal fans said it, we won't start the season as well as we did last year, so I don't know how we're going to challenge again. The fact that they've almost done that. Now, there's 2 games to go. Got a tough game away at Chelsea, and I do believe it'll be a lot tougher than their recent matches away at Chelsea. And then they're at home to Sheffield United. If they come out of that with 2 wins, to see what happens with Man City, but they're suddenly in a position where, wow, there's 2 years running. They've started impeccably in terms of the points they've got, big wins they've got. I just believe that's going to be enough for them. I do think that Liverpool will be in this title race as well. And I think it's, again, my club's not in it. So from a neutral standpoint, I look at this and go, I really do think there's going to be between 3 and 4 teams this year have really good pushes. I think Spurs will drop off from the title race.
Yep.
And that's not, I think you make top 4 as it stands right now. But I think you'll drop off from the title race. Agreed. Arsenal to win the league, they've got to do some really good business in January. The likes of Pedro Neto or an Ivan Toney, or maybe both coming into the football club to give them that extra bite, extra goals, extra quality. But for me, I feel like if Arsenal would have lost against City, it wouldn't have been season over. But I believe
this isn't about one game.
But it's not
about
one game, but it's about the confidence that this one game gives. There's a belief. This Arsenal team know they can beat anybody. They didn't know they could beat City. And they've beaten them. And I think this is going to help them a lot.
They knew that, but listen, beating City when they're not at their best, teams do it. It's about, can they beat Man City? When Man City get to January, February and decide they're going to go on their title charge. And this is what I keep saying to everyone. A title challenge isn't in October or November or December. The title challenge is when you get through the other side of the year and people have had their window and they've had their chance to say, right, what are we going to do to get ourselves over the line, right? That's why I think City will win it, and I think Arsenal and Liverpool are going to be there or thereabouts. I just think they will fall short. I'm not saying they won't be in a title race, Terry. I can see loads of people saying, "Oh, Sava dissing Arsenal, Liverpool." I'm putting Arsenal, Liverpool in second and third. I don't think that's dissing them. I just think every year we do this. Every year, all I've heard for the last few weeks is Man City aren't the same. I heard the exact same crap last year, Terry. Remember, I come on your show with a gal and all them other Arsenal fans all sitting there going, "You don't know football, rah, rah, rah. We're different this year. Man City aren't the same." Okay, but Man City are the only team in this league right now, other than Liverpool with Klopp, right? Man City, the only team in this league right now with the know-how, the players that have been there, seen it and done it, the manager that knows how to get the best out of them, and football isn't won or lost in October. Yeah, Spurs are top of the league right now. I'm sitting here as a Spurs fan saying we will not be in a title race. We will not win the league because there are 90 points to play for, right? Man City, for me, this is the thing. Man City kind of do this at the beginning of every year, Terry. The first 10, 15 games, they come out and everyone goes, they're not the same. It's kind of like they're playing in first gear. They're not running all over teams. You watch as that gets into November, goes up a little notch. December goes up a little notch. Then when they get to the end of January, Pep, it's as though he calls them in for a team meeting, Terry, and goes, right, is this the time? Is this the time of the year? And the thing is, that's why I will learn. Yeah? That's why I will learn because, I think Man City have got the best team. I think Liverpool and Arsenal, I think I can't choose between them, if I'm honest. I think Liverpool have got the much better forwards. I think Liverpool's forward line is disastrous. Sorry, the opposite. I think is devastating. Sorry, is the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
But Arsenal have got a well-gelled team that have now been together for a while. This is a team that know each other. This is a team that will grow. They've got lots of good young players. They'll be up there again. I just think that when people are talking like, and I the abuse I get from Spurs fans is amazing. You would think that we're blowing everyone away. You would think that we've got this great squad of depth, that of players that have won the league, know how to do it. Football fans don't like it. They don't like it, right? If you look at Tottenham right now, yeah, this is how you know I'm not a biased fan, Terry. Look at Tottenham right now. Does any part of Tottenham's squad scream, we can cope with a title challenge?
Not right now.
Right. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Because I know we're going to talk about players of the season in a minute, but when you look at James Maddison, you take James Maddison out of that team, and I don't mean for one game. Like, everyone can cope with someone out one game. You take James Maddison out of that Spurs 11 for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games with an injury. Yeah. We've got no creativity. The creativity's gone. You take Son out, there's no natural goal scorer. We have not got the depth to cope with it. I think we're on a good path. We're going like this. But there's a difference of that, Terry, and that, right? Slowly but surely, I think we're doing well. But nowadays, again, it's not enough for football fans. It's not enough to be going on a nice journey. It's, we must have it now. We are going to win the league. We are title challengers because we're top in October. Talk to me at 25 games, right? 25 games. Yeah. Tottenham are within 3 or 4 points of the title, right? I'm saying to Daniel Levy, cool, what you doing in the transfer window? What are you doing in the transfer window to show intent? Then I will say, you know what? We can win the league. But this is why Arsenal didn't last year. Terry, I sat on your show with a gal and said to him, if you guys don't do something really, really good in this transfer window, you will fall away because you have not got enough to see you over the line. Right? And what happened?
Yeah.
So Arsenal didn't have enough to get over the line. It will happen again this year with Tottenham. Tottenham don't have enough to keep this going week in, week out for 38 games of a season. So I'm not a Spurs fan. I'm hating Spurs, whatever the fans want to say about me. When I'm right, as I was about Arsenal last year, I want those people to acknowledge, actually, yeah, what you were saying was making sense. So, sorry, it's madness.
Yeah.